Hey everybody, Stefan with Stefan's Lessons. Let's talk about soloing. Jumping right into it, we need to use a scale. The scale we're going to use is the A minor pentatonic scale. It's on your accompanying sheet. Take a look at it. I'm going to run through it right now. Pretty simple. That's why we're going to use it to start taking solos. Soloing is an interesting thing, all right? It's a lot of people think it's a really hard thing to do. It's not. The hard thing is to take a really complex virtuosic solo, but to take a good, musical sounding solo is really not that hard. There are a few things you do need to be able to do, which are be able to play the scale and be able to play the scale in a couple different ways. If you can't do that, you're going to have a lot of trouble reaching the musical ideas that you're trying to, get out of your head and play on the guitar. If you can't do this, then you're not going to be able to play that when you try to take a solo or do something like, all of these different arrangements or different patterns that you can run through in the scale are something that you should do before you really start beating yourself up for not taking, some grand, ripping, awesome solo. The genre that we're going to use initially to approach this is the blues, just because it's a very forgiving genre. I won't get into the music theory behind that or the harmonic content behind that, but just believe me, this scale plus the A blues sounds pretty good no matter what you're doing. It's a great place to build up your confidence and get used to what it is to be taking a solo. But I need some help for all this. So, Bora, could you help me out?
Hey, Stefan.
Hi, Bora. Thanks for helping out, man. So I'm going to use my assistant, friend, confidant, Bora here, to help me out in explaining some more soloing stuff to you guys. The blues is where we're going to play most of this stuff, but I want to show you that it can happen in any genre if you're using this scale. This A minor pentatonic scale can be used in any genre as long as you know the context of what's going on. We'll start with the blues again just to reiterate what's going on. It's an A blues. Here it is. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cool. Sounds bluesy, right? Yeah, because it is. Hooray! The other genres, well, let's take a look at something that's like pseudo-metalish. And again, we're using a simple scale here, so if you're a metal player out there and you're looking at this and you're like, that's not metal! Give me a break, man. I'm using a pentatonic scale. So, Bora, let's show us what we're gonna want to play over here for a second.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, so anyway, I'm using the same scale. He's playing something a little more intense. It still works. Another place, something kind of like folky, pop rocky. We're going to be in the key of C major, but still using the A minor pentatonic scale. How does that work? Ooh, learn your theory. It'll blow your mind. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. We're soloing, we're playing music. But anyway, we're focusing on the blues here, okay? One of the important things to understand about taking a solo, though, is that you need to give it structure. If it doesn't have structure, it just sounds like a bunch of incoherent non sequiturs, musical non sequiturs that doesn't, no one like that. Don't do that. Don't do that. On the accompanying sheet, there is a graph that kind of shows the structure of what a solo could be. It has an arc. You start with an idea, you restate the idea, and develop the idea. Sorry, you start with an idea, you develop the idea, you wail, then you restate the idea. In a movie, I guess the analog there to that analogy would be the wailing part would be like when all the trucks blow up in an action movie. The totally sweet, like it's 2/3 through everything point. That's your wailing point. And then there's an epilogue. That's us restating our idea. I'll give you an example here. Back to the blues, sir. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. And that's my idea. Just keep playing. That's my idea. 2 notes. I'm going to start developing that throughout my solo. I'm not playing anything too fast. I'm not being real busy. I'm just playing. Things that sound good to me. But I'm starting to add more notes. The phrases are getting longer. So I'm starting to get into this really meaty part of the solo. More notes. Speed's picking up. To build up energy for the wailing section. And then I closed out by finishing with, or I could keep going, you know, and wherever you want to stop, you need to make sure there's a clear ending point. Like the structure the blues has. Everybody say thank you to Bora. This is Bora from the laboratoryaudio.com. It's the recording studio we're doing this thing in. Come get your music did, son. Hit it up. Internets. Thanks, Bora.
Thanks, Stefan. Goodbye.
So anyway, fast cuts. That's fun.